was a time when enabling two-factor was technically difficult and expensive. With the advent of things like Office 365 and free-to-use authenticator apps on smartphones, this is no longer the case. Almost every single website of any significance will allow the use of simple two-factor techniques. This includes websites like Hotmail, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and many, many more. If I was to ask you what one thing you have on you almost every minute of every day, what would it be? For most people, it would be their mobile phone. By using your mobile phone as your second factor of authentication, a hacker would have to have access to your mobile as well as stealing your password. Realistically, what's the chance that a hacker in Russia, for example, is going to be able to get their hands on your smartphone? Sometimes we have concerns raised about using personal phones for authenticating a work account. This is totally understandable, but not really an issue. All the authenticator is doing is proving you are you. It does not matter if your phone is a work phone or a personal phone. Just like your password is personal to you, so your smartphone code is personal to you. So let's look at how two-factor actually works. There are many, many apps you can use that provide MFA functions, but we recommend using Microsoft Authenticator. This is secure and works very well with Office 365, which many of our clients are already using. Microsoft Authenticator is free and can be downloaded from your App Store. Once MFA has been enabled on a website, you will need to link your Authenticator app to that account. You do this by scanning the QR code provided. Once the QR code has been scanned, you will see the account appears in the Authenticator app as a 6-digit code that changes every 30 seconds. Your app can have many, many accounts within it, each with its own individual code that is uniquely linked to that account. When you log in, you will need to enter the current code within the app. By changing every 30 seconds, the codes are statistically impossible to guess and almost impossible to steal. One thing to bear in mind is that you will now always need your smartphone to log on to that system. Some systems only require the code when you log in from a new device. Windows, for example, won't ask for the code every time you log in, just if you try to access Microsoft services from a PC it does not recognise. Other sites will ask for the code every time you log in. If you lose your mobile and don't have a recovery method, then you may end up locked out of that account. Which brings me on to the single most important point about multi-factor. You must ensure you have a way to gain access if you lose your mobile phone, smart card, or other multi-factor device. Every system will have one or more recovery modes. For something like Office 365, your administrator can usually reset your account for you. But what if you are the administrator and you lose your mobile phone? In that case, you'll need to have set up a recovery process. Usually, this is a code given to you when you set up multi-factor, or sometimes it's a recovery number that the system can text you on. Either way, it's very important you do this before you need it. If you find yourself locked out with no recovery process, you may end up losing access to that account and losing data.